Mallard Creek leads Wake Forest 12-7 as we get ready for the third quarter of action. And Jay, a very tight football game, well played. Mallard Creek has been victimized by penalties. 9 penalties for 80 yards in the first half. And Wake Forest with 11 first downs to Mallard Creek's 8 first downs. Now Mallard Creek, a lot of big play action in their offense here so far, but wow, what a tight ball game we have here at the half.
Yeah, big plays by Mallard Creek, but 9 penalties, 8 for 80 yards. And then also, too, they've allowed Bryce Love to rush for 147 total yards. So a couple adjustments that Coach Palmieri is going to have to make with his team at halftime.
Let's send it down to the sideline. Amanda Busick is standing by. Amanda?
Guys, I quickly caught up with Coach Palmieri as he was heading to his sideline. I did not want to be on camera, but I asked him how he was going to stop Bryce Love in this second half, and he just went off and said, "We stink. We are not playing well. We have got to do better." He did bring up those penalties. He said they have to limit this in the second half. He talked about the brotherhood in this team and said they're going to need this unity to be able to break away from Wake Forest in this next half.
Thanks a lot, Amanda. During the week, he told the media that he did not want to be in a close football game with Wake Forest down the stretch in this one. He wanted some daylight and some distance. He had that last year in 2013, but Wake Forest defense coming up big. Offensively, they've had some near misses, some almost connections for some big plays. This could be a different score. Wake Forest could be up in this game. Instead, they trail 12-7 as we get ready for the third quarter. Let's take a look at what happened in the first half. We mentioned the first down advantage for Wake Forest. You can see Mallard Creek with a little more success through the air, but Bryce Love has been outstanding in the first half, rushing for 147 of Wake Forest's 172 yards, and they've dominated time of possession.
Yeah, exactly. With the time of possession, that's key, because once you get in the third and fourth quarter and Bryce Love starts to get momentum, already a strong first half, Wake Forest has done a lot of great things. They just haven't been able to connect once they got in the red zone. 2 missed field goals blocked by Amari Henderson. But Mallard Creek is such an explosive offense. They can strike at any point. On that second play of the ball game, James Smith took it the distance, so they're so electric and explosive, but it's really just going to come down to the adjustments both teams make at half and who can play a better second half. It's going to come down to that to see who is crowned the state champion.
A look at the Wake Forest sideline. Mac Moore just 1 for 9 through the air, and there's 2 sides to that. For one, you know that he had some passes on target that were dropped in the first half, and you just get the feeling that he's going to start making those connections in the second half. And James Smith on the other side, our star to watch for Mallard Creek. He's been a huge leader, just a junior at Mallard Creek. Unbelievable. 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing and 1 through the air to Kyle Horton in the first half. And he's a leader. We've covered Mallard Creek several times, and we've seen his intensity and his ability to rally this team. And it's hard to say they need rallying, leading at 12-7, but from Mallard Creek's perspective, they wish they were a lot farther ahead in this football game. I think they're going to come out angry in the second half.
Yeah, well, the way they started out this ball game going ahead 12-0, they really had a lot of confidence going, and you thought this could be a game where they could score a lot of points, but Wake Forest came back, especially in that second quarter, and got on the board and started to build some confidence within themselves.
So Wake Forest is going to have the football to start the second half. Alexander DeGrassi will tee it up and kick it off for Mallard Creek. And here's the kick to start the third quarter. A chance for a return if he can get by 1 line, and he cannot do it. He's hit hard at the 21-yard line. So Wake Forest will have a good start to the third quarter. It could have had more. Just a little bit more of a move there for Jesse Britt. He might have broken free.
Yeah, he's trying to take it to the opposite side of the field, but Mallard Creek defenders set the edge there and wouldn't let him get outside and really corralled him and brought him back to the inside of the field where they had the pack of defenders there ready to swallow him up. There's 5 guys on the tackle there.
Wake Forest to start the third quarter, hoping to build on the momentum they gained in the second quarter. They throw it right up the middle for a gain of a yard. And again, they've got to continue to establish that inside run game. DeJuan Green brought down by Theron Ingram. Ingram, the junior linebacker, 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. He had 112 tackles on the year, 11 tackles for loss, a sack, a couple of deflected passes. He's been tremendous for Mallard Creek. And Love cuts back. And even the umpire gets involved in that play.
The ball carrier for Wake Forest.
He used the umpire to shield him there, pick up a couple extra yards, but again, following 65, Connor McCune right there, taking it back to the left side of the field, breaking away and making a couple extra cuts and using the umpire there, bringing him down for the tackle too.
That'll bring up third down and about 4 yards to go.
Third down and 3.
The ball is spotted at the 28-yard line. Looks a little bit more like 3 yards for the Cougars, and the run up the middle for Love. It's going to be enough for the first down as he gets out to the 35-yard line.
Love shows a little bit of his power there, mostly running on the edge in tonight's ball game. They just put him right up through the middle there, and he got the first down and continues this drive, and they dominated the time of the possession in the first half, and Wake Forest is continuing that trend here, being able to convert on that third down play.
The pitch. Love breaks a tackle, almost gets free at the 40-yard line, gets out to the 41. And defensively, if they're trying to make some adjustments on Love's making it awfully tough on them.
Yeah, exactly. Mallard Creek is flowing so hard to Love, and he's breaking it back, taking it to the opposite side of the field and finding creases. And when he has a crease, it's tough to bring him down because he's so shifty. And Mallard Creek's really just going to have to flow slowly to the ball because of his ability to cut back.
Love gets off to the right side, almost to the 45-yard line, which would be first down yardage. Looks like he'll be about a yard shy. That'll bring up third down and a yard to go.
Third down 1.
Grant Gibson and Jonathan Neal, Taheem Bremby, they've got their work cut out. On third down, Green picks up the first down, gets across the 41. So DeJuan Green from the fullback spot has been the key really to getting this outside running game going. He takes the punishment though as he picks up a yard or two, this time for first down yardage.
Yeah, he's picking up that tough yardage on the inside, and that Mallard Creek defense, they brought their safeties up. Their safeties were only 6 yards from the line of scrimmage, so they're really trying to stack the box. But Wake Forest, impressive effort to pick up that first down with all those defenders so close to the line of scrimmage.
And of course, the whole idea for Wake Forest is to get the defense to come in on the run and then surprise them with the pass. But it's Love to the outside, and he won't be able to turn it up the field.
Number 22, Bryce Love, your Cougar.
Well, that time the Mallard Creek defense swarmed to the ball and didn't let Love cut back. That's that same bread and butter play they've been running the whole game where Connor McCune's pulling out to the right, Love's favorite side, and they just didn't find a crease there. Love goes out of the ball game right now.
On the sideline getting some rest. You wonder how often they can go to the well. Love with tremendous energy out there in the first half. Obviously taking a couple of deep breaths on the sideline. Second down and 12 yards to go for Wake Forest. Moore will pitch it. And Mitchell is met in the backfield and thrown back as Jarrell Bright leads the Mallard Creek defense in that tackle.
Love had 17 carries in that first half, so they're going to definitely need to give him some rest and pick his spots when he comes out of the ball game. But Mitchell right here on the pitch play just couldn't get around Hughes there for the big stop.
Bright with 47 tackles coming into the game, 11 tackles for loss. They track QB pressures, 20 QB pressures, 11 sacks for Bright on the year. Third down and 12. Looks like we'll get a timeout on the field.
Timeout in the second half.
So Wake Forest calls timeout with 7:32 remaining in the third quarter. And Jay, you gotta like the patience of the Cougars coaching staff and the poise of their players out on the field. They've got to have felt the pressure coming into this one. They were basically blown away in 2013, a very tough game for them against Mallard Creek at Carter Finley Stadium in Raleigh. And a lot of chatter about the West and Mallard Creek and the dominance of the teams from Charlotte. And so for them to be in this game, big opportunity here to move the football. But they find themselves in a long third down situation. They call timeout. They think about their options.
Yeah, well, they fought through adversity. They're coming off of last year's ball game, losing 59-21. They're fired up coming into this ball game. In the first quarter there, they had a 12-0 deficit, and you kind of see them going, oh, here we go again, but they came back from that, really played a strong second quarter, and coming out here in the third quarter with a nice drive right here back in this ball game, driving.
Moore looks to throw. He's in trouble. Jonathan Neal and Jarrell Bright combined to take Moore down.
Number 12.
He's sacked back to the 36-yard line.
By number 11, Jonathan Neal.
Neal and Bright getting back in the backfield very quickly, shutting off their blockers up front, bringing down Moore for the big sack, and really just so explosive off the line of scrimmage. You can see both of them coming from opposite edges, meeting in the backfield there to bring down Moore.
And a short punt out to midfield, takes a little bit of a Cougars hop, and it'll be Mallard Creek's football at the 49-yard line. So great field position for the Mavericks. So their defense making a couple of big plays, forcing Wake Forest into a long punting situation and a not great punt. So Mallard Creek now with the ball right at midfield. Looks like they're going to spot it now at the 50. So James Smith will lead the offense back onto the field for Mallard Creek. They lead it 12-7 with just under 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Smith will keep it. The flag comes in. Terry finishing the tackle. Smith picks up a yard. We'll see where this flag will take us.
James Smith on the quarterback keeper.
Personal foul, shot block on the offense. 15-yard penalty from spot to foul, replay first down.
So a 1-yard gain for Mallard Creek, more than a race. The chop block is a huge 15-yard penalty. They spotted all the way back to the 34-yard line. So to get to first down yardage, they've got to get to the Wake Forest 40.
Well, another penalty, Paul, but it's a 15-yard variety there, and they're really killing themselves. 10th penalty of the ballgame so far.
Smith goes long for Greer, overthrows him. Well covered down the field by Tyler Thomas, the junior defensive back. And the DBs for Wake Forest, we've talked about that. They've been under stress and duress tonight trying to handle Kyle Horton and Vernon Greer. But Smith throws it a little bit too long, makes it a little bit easier on the DB.
Yeah, well, Paul, this Mallard Creek offense runs NFL-style routes, and they're fast, athletic kids, but they're running long, deep post and corner routes and deep ends, and that's all coming out of the NFL playbook. And Joe Cox, the offensive coordinator, came from Georgia, and they run a pro-style offense.
Smith goes to the air, and that one is incomplete. Javon Harbison can't hold on to it. Jesse Britt with good defensive pressure. So third down and 23 yards to go.
Ball's incomplete. Third down, 23.
So in these long yardage situations, we've seen Mallard Creek just try to send it deep, I guess, assuming that with a good punt, they can force Wake Forest back. James Smith's going to run it. This has been very successful for Mallard Creek so far this evening. And Smith is going to be hit hard at the 35-yard line. He might have gained a yard on that one. That's going to bring up fourth down, and Mallard Creek will be in a punting situation.
Well, Kamon Small for Wake Forest came up from the safety position and put the initial hit on Smith there, and it looked like there was going to be some room to run, but the safety play for Wake Forest has been impressive, coming up and helping in the run game.
So on 4th down, Bowman is back to punt. Coach Palmieri looking on.
Number 4, Jesse Britt.
Bowman standing at his 20-yard line. And it's a poor snap. Bowman's able to get the punt off. He'll take a Mallard Creek hop and roll. And Mallard Creek will down it at the 23-yard line. So Wake Forest will come back out on offense. 1st and 10 from the 23. Let's go to the sideline. Amanda Busick is standing by with Dr. Bill Miller.
Guys, I'm with the president of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. 16 teams playing in 8 championships. What does this event mean for the state of North Carolina?
Well, first let me say thank you to Time Warner Cable for the wonderful partnership we have with you guys and all you do to support student athletes across this state. This is just a fabulous day. 16 schools, 16 groups of student athletes, 16 communities here supporting their athletes, and it's just a wonderful time. If you've never had a chance to come to this event, you should come sometime. It's wonderful.
We're going to head back to the game quickly.
Thanks so much, Amanda. Well, we talked in our first half package about the inability of Mac Moore to get the ball where his receivers feel good about it. And this time he does it. Brooks Cunningham comes down with a big catch into Mallard Creek territory. Gets all the way down to the 47-yard line. And Moore saw that wide open receiver and just threw it about as far as he can.
Well, impressive catch by Cunningham. He's their big play wide receiver, bringing it down, and really a big play that this Wake Forest offense needed. Bryce Love's been driving the ball down the field on the ground, but having that ability to throw and complete passes in the passing game is going to open up this offensive playbook for Coach Lucas and his staff.
On a 1st down run, Bryce Love with another big gainer down to the 36-yard line.
6-yard gain to play, 2nd down 4.
Wake Forest has been very comfortable offensively. We've talked about how stout Mallard Creek's defense has been. Wake Forest has been able to mix up their plays, mix up formations, and here's DeJuan Green, and the fullback is close to 1st down yardage.
Number 23.
Looks like he'll get down to the 33-yard line.
The tackle by number 34, Terrell Bryant.
When Green does a good job of picking up yardage on those tough inside running plays, but also lead blocking for Bryce Love. He's really a dual talented player from the backfield position. Nice job by him tonight, really doing what it takes for his team to be successful. Picked up a couple big 3rd down runs too.
Well, good yardage on 1st down leads to short yard situations and easy pickups. So 3rd down and less than a yard to go for Wake Forest. Moore, pistol, and Love cuts it up the field, picks up the 1st down. There's a flag in the offensive backfield as Love gets the 1st down. He gets down to the 26-yard line, but I wonder if this might be coming back.
Number 32, Ron Ingram. Flag on the play.
Illegal motion on the offense. Player was headed towards the line at the snap. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
That wing T offense requires precise execution. Sometimes guys get out of shape.
There's so many moving parts with this Wake Forest offense right there. Just a legal motion that's going to bring this ball back. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 here.
And on 3rd and 6, Love gets the call, met in the backfield, dropped at the 40-yard line. And Randy Sidam, who moved over from the offensive line to the defensive line during the season because of the injuries that Mallard Creek had dealt with throughout the year. And he is just a tremendous athlete.
Well, Sidam right there filled his hole and was just waiting for Love and wrapped him up there, didn't let him free and brought him down for the loss. Now, Wake Forest is going to go for it here on 4th down, Paul.
4th and 8. Moore gets a low snap, picks it up off the ground, now swings it for Love, and he's going to overthrow him. And Love had some daylight in front of him if Moore could have connected. So Wake Forest will turn the football over on downs, and it'll be Mallard Creek's football.
Missed opportunity right there for the offense of Wake Forest. A little trick play here, faking it to Love, then a throwback back to him. 73, Kieran Kirby was out in front of Love with one defender. If Love could have brought that in, there would have been some open space to run for the first down.
Mallard Creek getting some good defensive pressure, interfering with Mac Moore's ability to throw the ball cleanly to Love. And it's 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Smith options, and that's Bowman. And Bowman gets to the outside, picks up the first down. As he gets, he'll be just a yard shy, it looks like.
Number 17,
as his knee was down, he gets out to the 49-yard line.
Cougar tackle by number
Mallard
4,
Creek now
Jesse
mixing
Britt.
things up a little bit. We see a little option toss here to Bowman.
And Jesse Britt saved the day right there with a nice tackle on Bowman because he was being blocked as a one-on-one situation. He beat his blocker for the nice tackle.
2nd down and a yard to go. Sidam in at tight end. And Smith will run off the right side.
James Smith,
So
on the
1st down
quarterback
yardage
keeper.
for Mallard Creek. They'll spot it at the Wake Forest 45-yard line.
Jesse Britt.
2:39 to go here, 3rd quarter. Mallard Creek leading 12-7. A tight, tense ball game here for this 4AA championship.
Well, Paul, both teams are so talented, and you can see why Mallard Creek's 14-1 on the year and Wake Forest is 15-0 because of the talent they have on that field, but it's coming down to the little things right there on that last play, the zone read. Smith picked up the first down.
They hand it to Bowman. He picks up a yard. Wake
The
Forest
ball carrier,
defense
number 17,
also
Andrew
very
Bowman.
tough to run up the middle.
Wake Forest
We've
tackle
seen
by
a lot
42.
of Antoine Terry and Dexter Lawrence. A good look there at Garrett Brannick, the senior linebacker.
And Paul, Wake Forest is switching up their looks, sometimes lining into 3-4, then switching to the 4-3, and that's really enabling these linebackers to flow to the ball and make tackles when the hole is presented to themselves.
And Bowman gets to the outside. He'll be shy of the first down.
Number 17,
Another
Jeffrey
tackle
Bowman.
made by Garrett Brannick.
And the tackle by number 42,
So Bowman
Garrett Brannick.
reaches the 37-yard line. He'll be a couple yards short of a first down.
Well, another 3rd and short situation, and these plays are
3rd
so
down
critical,
2
Paul, to
for
continue
Mallard Creek.
drives, but they're in the area of the field right now, kind of no man's land, where it may be an opportunity if they don't pick it up here to go for it on 4th down.
Big tight ends shift to the right, and Smith runs right, cuts it up the field. James Smith with a chance to score. Touchdown.
Number 7, James Smith. He's in.
They don't need to worry about 4th down there because Smith solved the problem right there, running in for the touchdown. And he's just, Paul, so fast he can read the hole when it opens up. And it was a pulling play here in 74. Simpson pulling around, and Smith just followed him and then ran through it, and for the easy touchdown, untouched.
2 rushing touchdowns for James Smith. Mallard Creek leads at 18-7. Valderrama out to attempt the extra point. And this one's good.
The kick is good by number 92, Anthony Valderrama.
Just a zone read, Paul. That's been a play they've really gone to a lot in this ball game. It's so tough to defend with Bowman and the success he's had, and then Smith with his ability to run the ball. It's a two-headed monster back there, and so you kind of have to pick and choose who you want to stop. And that time they overloaded to the right with Bowman, and Smith had an open lane for the touchdown.
On a stat sheet, it's a very close battle. Wake Forest just a moment ago had exceeded Mallard Creek's offensive output. Now Mallard Creek up in total yardage by just only 30 some odd yards. But on a scoreboard, that's where it matters. They lead at 19-7.
Yeah, Wake Forest hasn't been able to convert, and the stat sheet, it looks well for Wake Forest, looks even, but on the scoreboard, you've got to be disappointed if you're the Cougars because you're doing a lot of nice things and driving the ball, controlling the game, time of possession-wise, but you haven't been able to put as many points on the board to keep up with Mallard Creek, and that touchdown made it a 2-score game right now, Paul.
2 blocked field goals for Wake Forest. At least a couple of opportunities to score through the air. 1:09 to go, third quarter. DeGrassi will kick it off. Nice little spin move for Sidney Campbell. He gets out close to the 25-yard line. So Wake Forest will have another good drive start, but they'll have to go 75 yards for a score.
Cougars take over, 1st and 10.
Paul, you feel some of that momentum starting to go back to Mallard Creek right here, and those second half adjustments. You know, Wake Forest needs to respond right here, and this game's starting to run down. Now 1 minute left in the third quarter. The drives are going to be limited for both teams, so it's imperative that they hold on to the ball and get a drive here.
Run off the left side, the freshman Devin Lawrence with the carry. Trying to cut it up the field. He might have gained a yard.
Lawrence. Mavericks tackle.
In fact, exactly that. They'll spot it at the 26-yard line.
1 yard gain of the play, 2nd down 9.
Flowing to the right is Love, trying to cut it up the field. Picks up a yard or two with some very tough running. And Cravon Charleston is in on the tackle along with Theron Ingram for Mallard Creek.
Yeah, this Mallard Creek defense is really focused on the run right now and bringing everybody into the box. And right now, Brooks Cunningham has one-on-one coverage on the outside, but Mallard Creek wants to stop Bryce Love because that's been the key to their defensive output tonight, is stopping him. In the first half, he really went off for big yardage gains, but the second half, they've been able to stop him.
On 3rd down and 8, it looks like Wake Forest is going to let time expire, so we've come to the end of the third quarter. Mallard Creek is up on top, 19-7.
The state high school football championship, as well as many other North Carolina High School Athletic Association events, take place in some of the finest facilities available anywhere in the country. The NCHSAA wishes to thank Wake Forest